Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Flex from Mass African Empire. So we just decided that from now onwards, we'll be sharing with you a video of the setups that we always share on our Facebook page. Because what we do, we normally analyze the markets on a Sunday. Try to have a look into different pairs and then uh, trade them during the week. So from now on, if this video thing is it's gonna work for us, we are hoping that we'll be sharing with you more videos on our analysis. So for our analysis, we are going to use TradingView. I'm sure some of you guys are using TradingView for analysis, so that is what we're going to be using. And this is our TradingView platform. If you haven't followed us, be sure to follow us on TradingView, because that's where we mostly share our setups that you can always use to see how trades manage to play out after we share them. So yeah, be sure to follow us on TradingView as well. And then the other thing, I think it's very important for you guys to also share these videos so that we can at least push the YouTube algorithm. We need those views on YouTube for this platform to continue growing. So yeah, without saying much, let's get into it. Let's get into it, gentlemen. So I think we should start with NZDUSD. Let's start with NZDUSD. So from what I see here, let's start with a 4-hour time frame. A 4-hour time frame. As you can see, there was that demand zone that price had to break. Price broke that demand zone and then also went back. So if you look into this other setup that I shared, I think some couple of weeks back, okay, here it is. This is whereby I was trying to illustrate how the market would use that breakout as a liquidity to grab traders there, and then from there it will then go inside that zone and then continue to go that direction that was anticipated initially. So we are hoping that this NZDUSD is going to follow the same path. So how you trade that setup is that once we have a breakout of that demand zone, you are going to wait for price to do whatever that it does below that demand zone, and then you are going to wait for that price to come back and break the same demand zone, bullish in that case. So we'll be hoping to see an SRF there to validate our bullish movement. So we are hoping for this price to come back here and then continue to go up there. So obviously we need to have an entry. We are going to try and look for an entry on smaller time frames. So let's do that. Let's do that, gentlemen. Okay, so for those who are doing market structure, I want to believe that if we have something like this, and then we close above that price, you guys call it change of character, right? So with change of character, we'll be looking to see price going back, and look for maybe that order block there before it can continue to go up. That is for people who do market structure. There's also a change of character there that we are hoping for price to come back to the last order block and then continue to go up there. And then for people who are using trend lines, I believe that you guys have something like this. And price currently broke your trend. It broke your trend. So people who are doing trend lines, I know that you guys will be looking for price to come back, retest your trend line, and then continue to go up. That is for people who are using the trend lines and the trend rules. You'll be waiting for this price to come back to the zone and then continue to go up. And then also for people who are using patterns, this is what you call a flag reversal, right? We call it a flag reversal. That's whereby we see a flag at the end of our movement, using that flag to change direction, right? So for people who are using patterns, also you should be anticipating the bullish movement from this setup here. So now let's take out that. Okay, so let's try take the market structure route. We have a break of structure here, a change of character here, and then we also have a break of structure here. We also have a break of structure there. So we'll be hoping, or we'll be looking for an entry on that order block there. That is whereby we'll be looking for an entry. Let me take out the trend lines. So let's go into a smaller time frame and see what's happening there. Let me refine there. So with this setup here, the aim is to see price breaking the demand zone and then coming back to retest on that demand zone before it can continue to go up. So we are hoping that the same thing would happen here. Price would come back to this zone there, retest it, and then continue to go up. So when you combine that with an order block, that means we are going to use let me enlarge that a little bit. Yeah, we are going to use this zone here as our buying zone. we're going to use that zone there as our buying zone. Also, for people who are trading patterns, I want to believe that if you look closely, you're going to have something like this, and then that will be your inverted head and shoulders there. So our entry is around that zone, and for me, I am going to use that that zone there as my entry. So I'll be hoping to take a trade around, let's see, I'll be hoping to take a trade around I think 0.640, that is where I'm going to take my trade. And then I think my stop loss will just be below, let's see how much I can get from this. Let's see how much I can get from these before I can go for my stop loss. I think I can get around around 280 pips. Yes, I can get that. So if I can get around 200 pips, then it means I can risk even more than 40. Is that too much? Yeah, for some of you guys that's going to be too much for you. Okay, so let's bring it to 30. Let's bring it to 30 pips. The reason why I wanted to risk that much is because there is a zone here. That this price can use, can test and then continue to go up. So if your stop loss is around that point, then there is a possibility for price to hit your stop loss and then continue to go up. So I wanted to put my stop loss below that zone. But anyway, our stop loss will be at 0.6010. We'll be risking 30 pips. Our entry is 0.6040, and then our take profit will be around 0.632. That will be our take profit there. So let me refine the setup very quickly. Okay. Alright, so yeah, our entry will be I think we should just risk almost 50 pips there. I think we should just do that. because we are looking to buy up to 0.6350. So if you risk 50, that is 1:6 risk ratio. That is impressive right there. And then if we risk 50 pips, then what we should do, we should also cater for an entry there. We should cater for an entry there. That is where we are going to also buy if in case we see price getting to that POI. So if price decides to go down there, we're going to have another entry there and hold it together with the entry that we had on 0.604. So we are hoping for this price to go up there, and we also know that there's a possibility for price to clear whatever liquidity that is below that zone there. So price might be rejected there, or it might even go a bit lower, then it can continue to go up there. So our entry is going to be on 0.604, and then our stop loss would be just below that zone, and we are going to also have a buy limit on that zone. That is to cater for price that will be going down there. So yeah, this is for euro, I mean for NZDUSD. This is for NZDUSD. We're going to give signal in a writing format below. I think we should just give it on the comment section. Or we'll just see where to share the entry in a text format, right? Yeah. So most of you guys been asking me how I come about this thing. This is what I use. To predict my movement, I just copy the previous candlesticks and then use them to predict my movement. So yeah, that is what we are going to do on NZDUSD. That's what we're gonna do on NZDUSD. So we are expecting around 200 pips on this pair, right? And remember, we are following this setup here, a break of a demand zone, and then we come back, break it now in a bullish move, and then we retest, and then we continue to go up. That is what you are hoping to see on NZDUSD. Let's move into another pair. I think we should choose, what can we get? EURAUD. Is there anything on EURAUD? Okay. Yes, EURAUD. I think we can get something from you. Okay. For people who are doing market structure, we can see a change of character there. We can also okay, and then for people who are trading QML, we can identify our QML right there. Actually it's in that zone. That is where we are expecting our QML right there. And then for people who are trading trend lines, you guys should have, let's see, yeah, you should have a breakout. There has to be a breakout there. So you guys should be hoping to see price coming back to retest on that trend line and then continue to go down, right? So let's see what is happening here that will make price to come back, test there, and then continue to go down. Let's try to go into a smaller time frame, see what is happening there. Okay, this is why. So okay, so we have a double break of structure here. We had a change of character there. We have a double break of structure. I mean a double change of character, pardon me, a double change of character. So there is a zone, a nice zone there. There is a nice zone here that I believe there is a possibility for price to tap on that zone and then maybe look to retest or to flip on that RSF, right, and then continue to go down there. But there is a nice OB up there that I believe we might use to get a rejection and then continue to go down. You guys okay. Let's see what is happening there. Okay, so alright, so Euro AUD, there's also a QML here, there's also a QML there. If you zoom this way, you're going to realize that there is a QML there that I believe is the one that is going to hold us and reject us into going into that OB there. So we can take advantage of that slight movement. Our stop loss will just be below that low, and then our take profit will be, I think we should just get our take profit there. So there's around 160 pips. That's a lot. We can risk that. So we're going to get an entry here, and then also we are going to get an entry just here, and then our stop loss will be just above 20 pips, and then we'll be looking forward to see this price going down until 1.442, right? We'll be hoping to see that price going up to that level, even more than that, because this is a trend, and then a trend retest, and then we continue to go down there. That is for people who are doing trend trend lines, right? Yeah, so we'll be taking advantage of that bullish movement there. It's not important, but we can just take advantage of it. We buy here and then we exit when we get to the retest zone, right? And then at the retest zone, where we are hoping to sell this pair when it gets to that OB, and then it continues to to go down. So if we do, let's see. Yeah, remember we are saying this was a change of character, so we are hoping to see this price continue to go down. At least we might, there is a possibility for this price to use that PO to go up. There is that possibility. There's possibility for this price to use that POI and then continue to go up. So now we are going to take advantage of that move. We're going to take advantage of that sell move, and then we'll see how it reacts when it gets to this point. Then we can also take advantage of the buy opportunity there. That is for Euro AUD. That is for Euro AUD. We have NZDUSD so far, Euro AUD. Yeah, let's move into another one and see if we can get something from it. I don't know if I should, let's see. What should I take? What's there on EURJPY? EURJPY, is there anything EURJPY? Yeah, I think there's something there. We are in a critical zone there. That is a critical zone, right? But I think okay, nice. That is a critical zone, and also in that zone we have a change of character there. We have a change of character. So let me see once again. Okay. Alright. Alright. Now that's good. That's good. I think you can get something from this pair. So okay. So we'll be hoping to to sell this pair when it gets to the zone. We are hoping to see price moving back to that zone and then being rejected there to continue dropping, right? So yeah, I think it's around 1.4, 1.45, 1.446. Yeah, so our sell limit can be around that point, and then we can, let's see how we should risk. 1.4, 1.446. Okay, that's fine. And then our stop loss can be around 1.4485. I think 85 would be ideal. And then our take profit will be this would be our first take profit. We can close our trades when we get to that point. We can close our trades when we get to that point. And also we'll be doing so hoping that this price will be there is a possibility for it to be rejected when it gets to this and give us the SRF, right? It might do that. You might get the SRF when you get to that zone. So you might see price testing that breakout and then continue to go up. So we take a trade there, we exit when you get to, what's that? That is around 149, 140.9, right? Yeah, around 140.9. Our first take profit will be 141.4. Our second take profit will be 140.9, around that. That is around 350 pips. So yeah, we should be good when it comes to EURJPY. We are hoping to get more than 300 pips on that. So there's a sell on Euro AUD. That sell will be activated when after we retest, right? And then there's also a sell on EURJPY. that sell will be activated only if we can get back to that zone. If we get to that zone, our sell will be activated. Otherwise, we'll have to apply something different. Yeah. So okay. So we have, what else can we look into? We have EURUSD. Is there anything on EURUSD? Let me remove those. Let's start with H4. Remember, EURUSD and NZDUSD, they have a correlation, a positive correlation. So there is a possibility that if we get NZDUSD right, then we are going to also benefit from EURUSD. They have a positive correlation. With EURUSD, we can see the same setup that we have here. We can see the same setup that we have here. We had a nice demand zone that we were hoping for price to be rejected on that demand zone, but instead price decided to break below that zone, and then after that it went back inside that zone again. So in that case, we are hoping for price to test that zone and then continue to go up, right? It seems like it has already done that. We broke into that, we broke inside that zone, we retested, and then we are going up. So right now we are hoping to see price coming back, retest one of those zones here. It might test that one and then continue to go, or it might, no, it wouldn't do that. Let me not. According to this guy here, this is the area that we need to test, and then we can continue to go up. So this price, we are hoping to see it coming back to this zone again, and then it can continue to go up there, right? So if you do, let me try clear that. Let's see. Okay. So that was our test there. So we have a nice zone there. We have a nice zone for people who are doing change of a market structure. We can see that we have a change of character there, and also for people who are doing patterns, right? For people who are doing patterns, this should be a double bottom, which you're going to do something like that and then continue to go up there. That is for people who are doing patterns. That should be your double bottom. And then for people who are doing market structure, that is your change of character there, and then you'll be hoping to see price coming back and test on at least the zone here, and then continue to go up there. So our entry, let's go into a smaller time frame and see if we can get an entry. Okay, so we had an SRF there. We have an SRF there. We have fabric of structure here. Okay, so let's use this one. Okay. Great. So according to my strategy and my experience, we should see this price coming back to the zone, test the zone, and then continue to go up. So my stop loss will just be below this low. There is a possibility. There is a possibility for price to try and clear this liquidity here and use this guy to go up. So normally what I do, because with trading it's all about risk management and money management, right? So normally what I do when I have two zones that I know that price might use to be rejected on, I would have my entry here, and then also I'll have my buy limit below there, and the buy limit that I have here, it's going to be a doubled lot size of the one that I have here. This is to make sure that if this trade hit a stop loss, I know that this is the last point where my trade is going to be rejected. So yeah, that is where I'll see trade going up from that point. So I'm going to risk on this trade, and then also I'm gonna have a buy limit sitting on that zone, right? That is, at least that is what I've been doing, and at least it's working for me. So yeah, my entry will be around 0.996. That would be my entry, and then my stop loss would be around 0.992. I think 0.992. Yes, 0.992. That is around 30 pips, and then my take profit, we are just going to close this thing when it gets to the zone. When it gets to the zone, this is whereby we are looking to close. That is around 220 pips. That is around 220 pips. The pair still has a chance to continue to go all the way up to that zone. So yeah, we'll see when it gets to this point. We'll see if indeed it gets to this point. That's when we're going to reanalyze it, see if it can come back, retest the neckline. For those who are trading what you call that, the patterns, you have a double bottom there, so that will be your neckline. We are hoping to see price doing a neckline retest and then continue to go up there. That is for people who are trading patterns, right? So yeah, my entry is going to be around 0.996. My stop loss just below there, and then also I'm going to have a buy limit around 0.989, just around 0.989. That will be my buy limit, and then my stop loss for that will be, I think, around, let's use a tool, 0.989, and then stop loss will be just here. I think 30 pips, yeah, 30 pips should be fine. 30 pips should be fine, and then my take profit would be around 400. No, not that. Remember, we are going for this one. It will be around 290 pips, right? So yeah, so we have 209 pips here. We have around 350 pips there. We have almost 300 pips there, and then we have an opportunity again for 300 pips. That should be enough for a week. If we can get at least the two correct, we are good. Or even if we can get one. If we get one correct, that means we have around 400 pips. And then for your stop losses, that will be around I think 90 pips. So you have more than 300 pips profit, right? You have more than 300 pips profit, because with this kind of risk ratios, if you win one, you should be sorted for a week. So we are going to trade NZDUSD. We are going to also trade EURAUD. and then EURJPY, and then EURUSD. Yo, it seems like I have so many euro pairs. Let me see if I can find something besides the euro pairs. What can I have? I think CAD CHF. Is there anything here? CAD CHF. CAD CHF. Okay, nah. Let me not go for CAD CHF. CHF JPY. Do you have anything? This one's still crazy up there. What about the GBP pairs? GBP, the fundamental guys are saying with GBP there's a lot of activities that are taking place this week. So I think for GBP pairs, let me not look into GBP pairs, but I don't normally look into the fundamentals, but I know they sometimes make the market crazy. So let me not look into the GBP pairs for now. What else can I look into? What is there? EURJPY. What is there on EURJPY? Oh, I just looked into EURJPY. AUDs. What can I get from AUD? AUDCAD. What's there on AUDCAD? Okay. Oh, this was from last week. AUDCAD. So AUDCAD, it left this room here. So there is still possibility for this guy to come back to this room before it can continue to think that it can be bullish. So yeah, whatever that we do, we should know that there's a possibility for this guy to come back to this zone before it can continue to go up. So for those who are trading trend lines or trends, we have something like these, right? We have something like these. If we draw, we should just bring it there. Yeah, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Should we include now? Let's not include. Okay, let's do it this way. I think let's try it on him. Let's take out that. Let's take it there. Okay. So for those who are trading trends, you guys will be hoping to see this price get into the trend line and then continue to go down there. Yeah, so I think we can use this, we can use that, we can use that as our, let's do 14 and have this as our first resistance there, hoping to see price being rejected again here and then go down a little bit, and then come back to tap into the FOZ. You might see it coming back to tap into the FOZ, and then that is when you're going to see price going down. That is when we're going to see price going down. Let's see if there's any actions on smaller time frame. Let's see if there are any actions on smaller time frame. Okay, so there's that zone there, and then there's another zone here that we might use to go down. Okay, yeah, so the one that we're going to use to go down is this one. That's the one that we're going to use. So our entry will be around 8.965. I think 8.965 it's good there. And then our stop loss, let's see how much we can get from this one. How much we can get from this one so that we can determine our stop loss. We can get around 170. If we use a trend line, how much can we get? Okay, if we use a trend line, we can get around 170 pips. Yeah, so that should allow us to even go up to 25 pips as a stop loss. That will be 899, right? 899. That will be our stop loss, and then our entry will be 896. Let me cut that one. Let me just cut that one. Yes, something like that. Yeah, something like this. So we are hoping to see this price maybe getting a little bit of rejection on that zone, and then coming back to that zone to drop. So our entry will be there, stop loss will be just above here. If we hit our stop loss, then this should be a breakout. We'll be hoping to see price coming back to retest and then continue to go up. So if we hit a stop loss, that's fine. Then we're going to be looking for buy entries, and then we'll be doubling our lot size to also recover the money that we lost on that. So if we hit our stop loss, that's fine. We look for buy entries, we enter, and then we recover our money, and then we go up with that trade. So AUDCAD, we are hoping to get around 170 pips, right? So we have AUDCAD, EURJPY, EURAUD. We have NZDUSD, right? I think that should be enough for this week. Some of the ideas that we have, we'll just share them on our Facebook page. At least this is our first video on YouTube. We are hoping this whole thing is going to work for us, and it's gonna make a change into your trading life. If it does, then we are going to continue sharing the setups. If it doesn't, just give us a feedback that it doesn't work for you. Then we can just stop, because the whole idea is to help you and also share our skills. So if it doesn't help you, then we should just shut it down. Let me wish you all a happy trading week. I'm signing out.